Whoa, what's up? What's up, good people? Man, it's been a crazy day. Yeah, I'm glad to be here speaking to you. Literally. What's up, Lee? Yeah, it's a lot of different scenarios that's taking place right now. A lot of different energy is going down. I see you. Don't forget to hit the like button though. As soon as y'all come in here, hit the like button so they can know that you guys are real people and not bots. We showing these people right away, everybody over here is real. We don't do the bot thing. Well, you got to look at, think about the scenario, right? Will Smith is going through exactly what I told you he was going to go through, right? And he's engaged in that right now. He can't get out of it. Well, there's a major problem for Will. And the major problem that he's facing is the fact that this is going to, I told you this is going to affect him as his company and his brand financially. It's also going to affect other people's lives, people whose careers were counting on this, the people that's attached to Will, the guy that's got a business with Will. They don't have $300 million. You know, they're not Will Smith. Like Will survive, but how would these other people survive? You know, and I don't think Will should be punished for the rest of his life. The way they're making it out to look like. Greetings to the UK. A lot of things are canceled right now. A lot of things are put on the back burner. And I told you already in the Patreon that happened. That was happening. Now that it's everywhere, I could talk about it now. I already told you that that was coming immediately, that all of these things was happening behind the scenes. And this is what was going to be the fallout. Now, David Leitch, who's a director, Will Smith had chosen him and Netflix. He was going to direct Will's movie called Fast and Loose, where he plays this mobster, a mob boss. Will Smith playing a mob boss. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And he was living a double life where he had lost his memory. I think he got shot in the head or something. Lost his memory, and he didn't know if he was CIA agent or he was a mob boss, and he was coming back to him in bits and pieces. It's called Fast and Loose, and this was going to be a big movie that Universal was in the runnings to get, and Netflix. So Netflix had won the bid for the film. So now the director, who was CAA, just like Will Smith, they from the same agency. This is a dope chance for The Rock. Do you realize The Rock is the number one selling? I mean, he has been the number one earning artist in Hollywood for like the past 4 or 5 years. You didn't know that? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Okay, Tim. Well, if you feel like this is milking it instead of providing you new information every day, then yeah, by all means. Bye bye. Now, David Lynch pulled out of doing Fast and Loose. So now Netflix had a choice of what they were going to do. So Universal got this movie called The Fall Guy. Remember the TV show The Fall Guy that used to come on, and most of you don't because most of you are young. But it was a TV show called The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling is playing the movie version of The Fall Guy. So now David Lynch is signed on with Universal to direct that film, The Fall Guy. And see, David Lynch is like one of the people that Netflix and Universal are fighting for to have them signed to work directly only on their films. But Lynch does not want to work with Will Smith. That has changed since Slap Night, Slapgate. hmm Well, you got to understand that Netflix is still going along with the movie, but they put out what they call an urgent call. Urgent call is like, we spent all this money on this movie already. We gonna have to put the movie on the back burner, but we've already spent the money. So it's coming out on Netflix. Fast and Loose is gonna come out. Will Smith is gonna do the damn movie. So they got to put out an urgent call for the director because they've already spent money. So Netflix is trying to walk back on like any future endeavors they might have with Will, but this they've already paid for. So they're looking for an urgent call to have to take over the project. See, what this was supposed to do was when Will would get the Oscar, this boost up all his other movies that's coming out. Now you could put Oscar award winner on there, which they can still, but now, Fast and Loose is on the back burner. Why they put out an urgent call for a director to come and take, the job. Now Apple Plus, they have a decision to make. Apple Plus has the drama Emancipation. Now they haven't made a decision yet on Will Smith, but they planned a 2022 debut. And what that is a slave drama. Everybody escaping slavery, Emancipation by Will Smith. I hope he's starring in that. Now, Sony has Bad Boy 4, but they have not even selected a date to have that released. No money has really been some it's been some movement in getting that into active development, but like Will Smith had gotten a few pages of the script already sent over to him, but all of that is going to pause. Because if you're Martin Lawrence, why would you jump into Bad Boys 4 right now with Will Smith? Your career is still trying to like get back on track. Will be dropped by his agency? All of that is on the table. Uncle Frank, Jose, what's up? I don't know. I don't know if Will stars in Emancipation because it's a drama series. It's like another modern day Roots. And I don't like, why don't they? My thing is this: why don't you tell a tale in which goes back before slavery? How about that? Wouldn't that be extraordinary? Why come every time they start a film with us, like our existence started in slavery? Why did they come get us in the first place? Let's talk about that. I don't want to see a slave drama that started with us already in slavery trying to leave. Talk about the first African American, half black, half Mexican president of Mexico, who helped free slaves, and slaves was escaping to Mexico because they hurted him. We're in a foreign land, didn't know where to go, know where anything is in another country, and we learned how to navigate without even moving. We had more sense of direction then than we do now because we look in the sky and we can tell where we were: east, west, north, south. And you can look at where the direction the sun is moving. They could look up and tell exactly what time it was, the way people moved and traveled on the land, the direction they were going. But those movies won't discuss our genius. How did blacks find Mexico? Because when Mexican traders would come over to bring in goods and services like they do today, people think that started now. No, they used to trade for goods and services over in Mexico. They would come over and deliver their goods and products and go back. They saw the track marks, the wagons and the horses that would come in. They would leave the tracks in the dirt, and the slaves knew how to follow the tracks. I don't know. The Grammys is on right now. I don't even watch the Grammys, but they might have 5 people get slapped in the intro just to try to up the Oscars. I want some free. No, I didn't see Linnell's thing. I saw a link for it. I've been like extremely busy. Now, blacks weren't just from Africa, we were everywhere. Like that area that we know as Africa of today, that whole area over there is where civilization basically started. So it doesn't mean we just all stayed there. People forget that this land was like this. And then it started to separate over years of time. Everything did not, it's not like the Land Before Time cartoon where everything just breaks up at one time and just starts spreading around. It didn't happen like that. It took years and years for certain parts to break off. Each year, Hawaii is inching closer to Japan. So land is still traveling. Why is it still not breaking off? Oh, it's still breaking off. See, Hawaii is not that land, even though it's a big piece of rock, that thing constantly moves. Now, what creates land? Volcanic action, right? A volcano, which is a lot. Hawaii has a lot of active volcanoes, and it constantly hits the water, and it ends up creating life and land and everything else, right? I mean, they stolen Puerto Rico, they stolen Hawaii, they stolen parts of Mexico. We all know this is what the Alamo was about. We all know that Texas, New Mexico, all of this was Mexico, where the Mexicans ran Rome. That whole line just got pushed back. California, Texas, New Mexico, and all of that was Mexico. The war happened, and they fought for Texas, and they fought for all California. They fought the Mexicans, and you got to learn about history, man. You got to learn about your world history. Dr. Waltz come in with the most random thing in the world. And I'm quite sure I did not talk about her. That was a very stupid comment you just made. Or was I talking in defense of her? Yeah, but see, Killmonger, a lot of you don't understand the Killmonger character. A lot of you missed the whole point of Black Panther. The Olmecs are the original Mexicans. There's no such thing as original Mexican. Hit the like button, please. Maximilian came there and basically slaughtered the tribes, but the tribes fought off and beat his basically his unit the first time. That's what you hear about Cinco de Mayo. But they try to say a bunch of farmers and everybody came together and stopped Maximilian. No, they did not. Cinco de Mayo involves blacks as well because we had our own tribe. We had our tribe there for years. It's in the artifacts, and you make them. The only thing they tell you about is the Aztecs. There's other texts too, Olmecs texts, everything. There's way more different tribes, and they know this now. What they did was bury their religion and bring in their own. They did the same thing to the Philippines. They did the same thing as the Holy Crusades, and they brought in the Catholic religion. I don't remember God saying go and slaughter people and make them all Catholics, destroy all their religion, bury it, and then give them your own. They did it to Puerto Rico. They did it to the Philippines. They did it to Mexico. They tried to do it to the Asians, and it didn't work. I think the Earth is an orb. The orb is don't really have a shape. Do it. That's why you go to the museum in Mexico. They have the Olmec statues there, and they tell you the history about the blacks tribes in Mexico. In Mexico, but you don't see that on the Discovery Channel. Tell us what goes down with the Freemasons. Very easy. I'm going to actually show you that on the Patreon and introduce you to the face of some Freemasons. Yeah, the home base from where they started over in Scotland. Now, yeah, you're going to hear from actual, real Freemasons from Scotland. Well, how does all this tie into Will? Remember on the Patreon, I told you pay very close attention to what Will Smith mother and sister were saying when they were defending Will on the when they did the interview. So when the mom said, "I never seen him act like that," and the sister said, "We've had conversations." This is why Will Smith's sister, you don't see her in a lot of interviews. They made a mistake by interviewing her this time. She said, "We've had plenty of nights where we sat and we talked, and he said some things that I've never." He's talking about some all the things, and he told me all the things he had to go through just to get to where he is right now to win the Oscar. What did he have to go through just to get to this Oscar? That came out of his sister's mouth in the interview. Nobody heard it. It's on the Patreon now. And I told y'all, pay attention to what the sister said. Will told her what he had to go through to get there. Did he pick the wrong wife? Absolutely. But Will is not strong enough. So she played a big part in Will's career. Hit the like button, good people, because for everybody who think like, oh, you guys are just milking this. Nah, others do that. I don't regurgitate the same things over and over and over again. Each video, you learn something new. Each time we sit here and talk, you learning something new. All these other people who got these big platforms, they're regurgitating things. They're milking you because they don't know a damn thing. I had more information about this whole Will Jada thing than any of them. They start stealing from me. So that tells you right there that these majors, just because they got music in the background and flying banners across the screen, they don't know a goddamn thing. Don't let any of that play into any of your logic. Words spelled backwards always mean something. One crack is spelled that backwards, it spells what? Carcino. So, what are we really talking about? Don't mean anything, do it. No. Yes, race car spelled backwards is race car. I knew that in grammar school. Now, that was an old grammar school thing there. I'll definitely hit the like button for this. Oh, Lee, you just found out one crack is Carcino spelled backwards. One Crack News, Carcino News. You just picked that up. Oh man. The origin of religion goes back before the Bible. The deities were created to control people since the beginning of time. Different tribes have come along, and that's how tribes were kept in line by rules and fear that something would happen to you by a curse. Or this is whenever something happened to someone, it was considered a curse. The first time someone got poison ivy and they broke out in bumps, the gods were displeased. You've done something wrong. You can just be like, you're being punished by the gods. Now you must be isolated for 7 days. Or they come up with things on the spot. Some people were executed immediately. The gods have let off a plague. We must burn them at the stake just to get rid of this plague. They'd be like just sick, like I'm just sick. You got to understand all of these things. Do I trust the Bible? A lot of things are told in different factions. If you really go out to research the knowledge to learn, a lot of the stories happen just not in the way that they're described a bit in the Bible. It's like someone giving you a movie review of a film they just saw and giving you their thoughts on the events that took place. That's the Bible. A lot of these people are telling you what happened, right? And giving you their thoughts on the events that happened. It's not like Jesus wrote the book. Somebody are giving you their interpretations. You have many people in there giving you their interpretations. So things will be out of context, is what I'm trying to tell you. But it doesn't mean you can't learn anything from it. Because you can tell, even thousands and thousands of years ago, our literacy was a million times better thousands of years ago than it is now. Why? Because we have been diluted with slang. That's why if you read the power of the word of the Bible back then and how it was written, that's why it's like, man, nothing's been written like this ever since. Why not? Because the power of slang has been just mutated all the words that mean anything and words that had meaning. And they've created so many other words to mean the same thing to confuse you. Think about you saying something about something you like. If you like something, that's good. It's well, straight, it's cool, it's all right, it's dope. And the list goes on and on. See, that's what I'm talking about. Are you living in a book? Are you becoming the book? What are you doing? Because if you really wanted to research, you know you're not going to get the answers here. You have to go to the lands if you're really interested in researching and see for your own eyes. Instead of saving up that trip to Cabo, You save up that trip and go learn about your history, and it will open your eyes. That's right, Anthony. If you everybody whispered into the ear of the person of the right, to their right, and y'all sit in a circle, by the time that story you told come back to you, it'll be an entirely different story. And this is what's called loss in translation. What's up, J Real? So for those who don't get it from the source, everyone's else interpretation might be off. And then you have people fighting over who's right and who's wrong. But we can put it in simple terms. We can all go watch this new Morbius movie that's out now, right? All of us will sit back and do a review, and each one of them will have a different review over the same exact footage we all witnessed. Our review, some things might be similar, and some things might be different. Some things might be more in context. Some things might be more to our own personal feeling about the film. So someone's personal views could go into doing their review. They might take a personal angle, like, why was his hair so long? Who do you think he was? Jesus? You know, and that will go into and affect their writing. Why wouldn't that happen when you did anything else? Jada can't help what she is. She's always been what she is, and she cannot help herself. She's always talking about healing and herbal everything and doing yoga and meditating to clear their minds of negative energy. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, what does this really mean, Sino? Like, what's the point? The movie King Richard won an Oscar, but King Richard or Richard Williams didn't win an Oscar. You see what I'm saying? The real life man did not do it, but the art about the man won and is cherished. But real Richard Williams, he ain't gonna get that respect. That's in real life because you got to understand the first time Will Smith was nominated for an Oscar for him, they went to his other children that he got out of wedlock because the movie, if you're going to make a movie about someone, they wanted to make it more about just Venus and Serena, not his other daughters that he has with his wife or his other children, period, that he has from other marriages. They just like made that a little sweep under the rug. I thought this was about King Richard. This was about his life. That's a part of his life. That would have gave the movie more grit because now it's into reality. Now we're going into the process. What made him this woman who basically was holding down the family? Him and the wife both working together to live out the dream. What's making her stay with this man? And why would he want to creep out on a woman like that to go have these intermarital affairs, to go create these other children that she knew about and was putting up with? This is the grip of the grit of the movie that makes Oscar worthy performances, that make the movie could win Oscar or movie of the year. If you're afraid to go into that grit, then you're doing a disservice and making a movie about the person. That's the way I did it when I did the review. Jada Pinkett Smith, she had a crush on almost everybody she worked with. She had a crush on Wesley Snipes. Wes was in there tearing that up. Carl Payne. That's why when they filmed Coming to America, this was like one of the first times Will Smith and Wesley Snipes like met and was actually having a conversation. Will was purposely keeping away from Will based off Jada. Well, Denzel, to me, I don't understand what happened, and I still don't have the clear, conciseness of what happened. But when everybody was stepping away from Wesley Snipes, he can't believe his brother. Instead of helping your brother Wes get back on his feet, you go running to Will Smith. But you ain't help Wes, who was your brother, your sidekick. You, Judge Mathis, and Denzel, those three are like best friends. Well, used to be best friends. And Denzel was managing a boxer named his cousin on his wife's side of the family named Bolo. And he was gonna take Bolo to the heavyweight championship of the world. And he was a boxing manager. Yeah, I saw Denzel at the fight, and he was in total managing fight mode, like he was there. Denzel was paying for camps, everything. He was working with Wes because Wes know about boxing. They were at all the fights. Her thing is she grew up street, you know, from her, flirting around, messing around with Easy splitting Easy baby mama and her about to throw down. Easy ended up busting shots at his baby mama back window. And it's crazy. You know, you gotta go on the Patreon, you'll see it all. We got it all on the Casino for Life Patreon. I tried to tell y'all. Chris Rock wasn't wrong. He was doing his job. And I'm glad Will Packer came out and made me look great, because he said exactly what I was trying to tell you. People kept trying to put out narratives that was ridiculous. Like Amy Schumer, they tried to say Amy Schumer wrote the jokes for Chris Rock. That was Amy Schumer's joke. And I was like, that's a damn lie. What happened was, when they did the monologues, they written out jokes together. They all worked on what jokes to say that would be appropriate for the show. They put them on the teleprompter. Chris Rock didn't use a single one of those jokes. He didn't need them. He went off the dome. Everything he did, he freestyled all of it on the spot, because he's a comedian. And he felt these jokes they're good, but they lame. If I say this, people that watch Chris Rock would be like, man, that ain't Chris Rock. So he went out there and winged it. How do I know? Because the producer of the show came out and just told the world in a sit down interview and confirmed everything that I told you. I know Chris Rock from watching Chris Rock perform. What's Chris Rock material, or what Rock would say, and what's something somebody written. And that was on the spot. You can tell that was on the spot. Like, that just came to him just looking at Jada and just said, hey, Jada, I love you. G.A. Jane too. Can't wait to see it. And he's like, that's a G.I. Jane joke. Like, are you serious? It's like, and just what made it worse for Will, and I always say, more than just the slap. Like, people would have played that off, but he went and sat down and started screaming at the Oscars. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. That made it 10 times worse. Now, all of this is going to hit a whole new level. And boy, wait till you hear the video I made 2 days ago. See, I've been on Kwame's live and doing other people's lives and doing this, that I didn't get a chance to release the video. I got a video on Steve Harvey. Oh my God. I'm like, I forgot to release this. I might release it tonight. But my goodness, when you hear that video, oh, I do the Steve Harvey impersonation on the video too. It's oh my God. Get ready to strap in your seatbelts. I forgot. I'm thinking it's already out in the world. That video has not been out in the world for 2 days. I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't heard anything about it too. Because normally I hear stuff about my video. I'm like, man, maybe they didn't like it. Oh my God. Wait till you hear that video. It will blow your mind. Well, here's the hint. Steve Harvey opened his mouth about Will Smith. And this is about everybody who really had nothing to do with what was going on or no connection using their gripes at Will Smith. And they seeing Will on the ground, everybody just coming over kicking. Because they can get free kicks off on Will Smith while you're on the ground. So they just getting them kicks off right now. Like, yeah, hate that dude. Make me sick. I spent a lot of money to watch Wild Wild West. They just getting their kicks off. And then there's other people who are using it for an opportunity just to be heard. It's like I get the spotlight if I diss Will. I've been trying to get on here to promote my stuff for years, and y'all ain't want to hear nothing. Now y'all want to hear me talk about Will Smith? Come on down. Oh yeah, I watched the Lakers game. I watched LeBron sit it out because he knows it's over. He know they can't win it this year. He knows he's banged up a little bit, and he just don't want to grind it out every night. He want to try to wait and hope and see what happens with the Spurs and everything. That's why I hope the Spurs win tonight. They need to get that game up on them. Come on, Spurs. Yeah, WrestleMania on right now. Is there a holiday tomorrow I don't know nothing about? Yeah, the Spurs won. Yes. They had to do a back-to-back against the Blazers. Way to lay it down, Blazers. All right. Spurs won. Lakers are right now stuck, glued right into that doggone 11 spot. I don't want them in the play-in. I don't want to see them at all. There's no NBA games tomorrow. Something's big is going on tomorrow. I'm gonna find out. Oh, the national championship game. Okay, that's why the NBA is scared. Okay, all right. A game I don't even care to watch. Both of my teams are out. I'm pissed. Duke was supposed to beat North Carolina and play against Villanova in the championship game. Villanova jacked that damn game. I'm so pissed at them and Duke. They both can go to hell. I don't want to see North Carolina win a damn thing. And I hate Kansas. So now we just in a boat where I am not watching the national championship game. I'm not even betting on it. I'll wait. I'm gonna save all my bets for Tuesday. Well, the Lakers got to play the Phoenix Suns on Tuesday. Now it's up to the Phoenix Suns if they want to start resting people. They got nothing to really play for now. Um, they're 62 and 16. They have wrapped up number one in the West, and probably number one in the NBA right now, and that's all a wrap. So, what do the Suns have to really play for? Now, if they want to be vicious and just like I want to get the Lakers up out of here, that's cool. Now the Spurs are playing the Nuggets. I don't think the Spurs is going to beat the Nuggets. Um, so I think the Spurs will lose that game. So being about a game and a half back of the Spurs, I think the Lakers need to get beat down in this game because this is the last week of the season. Because then the Spurs got the T Wolves, and then the Golden State Warriors. They play the Lakers with no Steph Curry, but Poole he's been playing. Like he's been stepping up. And then you don't know which Clay Thompson you're gonna get. Then you got the OKC Thunder playing the Lakers on Friday. And the Spurs, they basically end their season playing against Golden State. So it's a thin race. Oh no, they ended against the Mavs. And then the Lakers got to play the Nuggets again. That's on Sunday. So by Sunday, that's it. This is the last week of the season, baby. This is it. Well, the Lakers are playing like they already know they're in the play-in. LeBron's trying to get as much rest as he can before he has to go into this long play-in and play every night situation. Yes, definitely hit the like button so people know you're not a bot. And thank everybody who super chatted, everybody who hit up my Cash App, Carcino. I appreciate that. Definitely do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. As it stands right now, but they could easily be in it because the Spurs got a tough road just like the Lakers do. Skip got his own show that he's doing. Yeah, the Skip Bayless show thing. Yeah. He's trying to do what Shannon Sharp has been doing with Club Shay Shay. Skip Bayless was raised by a black woman. She was the help. Yes, on the Patreon, I show people what jobs can help you that are out there that you could actually use to go out and make money. That's happening right in front of your eyes. Hmm. No, Will's got a lot of production things in motion. It's not like Will has one production company and he's doing. It's different companies that are interested in different projects that he got. Now, no, Will Smith has a production company, but his it's other people that they bid. It goes to the person that's more interested in the project. You go into a bid for these projects. Like Apple Plus has that Emancipation. You got Bad Boys 4. You guys didn't know it, but Hancock 2 was in the works. It's not official yet, but it was in the works. Yeah. Well, when you decide to step down and leave the academy and leave all the things that you know behind, this is what happens. We need a Mike Lowry solo move. Well, Overbrook is one, and he has another company as well. You got to remember, he does Cobra Kai. He's one of the producers, but since he's not on the show, Will's just like one of the silent producers. It's not like he's on the set or anything. Caleb Pinkett and Will Smith, they're like the number one. Right. And Will Smith, he got knocked for being dead. What is it? What character did he play? Deathstrike, and Suicide Squad. He got knocked for playing that role. He got knocked for being the genie in Aladdin. Will Smith is the genie. How is he gonna top the great Robin Williams? So a lot of people just didn't like. Right, they didn't like him. Who is Caleb Pinkett? That is the stepbrother, or what you would say, half brother. I don't know, of Jada Pinkett. That's her stepbrother, Caleb. But they just consider themselves brother and sister. And he's one of the producers Will took along for Cobra Kai. Right, Deathstroke. I know, but this is why my Steve Harvey video, when I'm gonna upload it, I'm probably gonna do it tonight. I'm finna get ready to end this video here, so you'll have time to watch this, and hopefully people will have time to go through it. We dropped a lot of jewels in this video, so we hopefully people come out and support the video. So if people been here from the beginning of the video, if you was here from the beginning of the video, let me get a hell yeah. Denzel and Will Smith in Equalizer 3. I don't think there will be an Equalizer 3. because Queen Latifah just murdered that whole series on national television. That was, I saw one episode and said, "What the f is this?" Oh, I'm out. I don't watch the Grammys. You love One Crack News? Definitely would definitely keep supporting One Crack News. We keep taking the risk and giving you all that smoke. Yeah, the Oscars, I mean the Grammys and all that. The Grammys been phony, so ain't nothing interesting for me. But anyway, man, I'm out. I'm gonna get you that Steve Harvey video tonight. Deuces.